TreadmillWalk.com. Yeah.
Tone up and lift the tush. With those words, Student 30 signed on for a progressive private training regimen intended for maximum results in minimal amount of time. Our main focus was going to be her lower body, not to neglect the upper body, of course. Day one, our training began with sit-ups. The idea was to tighten up the midsection. This way, Student 30 will see quick results. The sheer symmetry as the abs tighten up the midsection will result in excellent results very fast. To that end, we decided to start out at a type of ab training workout, sort of like a leg lift, with a twisting to focus on the abs and the obliques as well. Student number 30, her goal is to tone, that is, to tone her abs and also her lower body. It's not a big goal of hers to lose body fat. She does not have a lot of body fat. To this end, she's going to be working a lot on her lower body, like her legs, her hips, and also her behind. She'll also be toning her arms as well. Right now we're beginning in the abs location so she can work on toning her abs, and later on we'll be going to some dips, some squats to work on the legs and the lower body area. So this is student number 30, and our goal is to help her tone and lift her butt and get her in shape. Now we turn our attention to a machine-assisted crunches. We won't be adding any weights, of course. Our goal is to increase our repetition. Our goal is high repetition, or to go for failure as we do the ab workouts. Our goal with student number 30 is to do a variety of crunches. Now we're taking on to another type of crunches. This way we can focus on the abs, but on the entire abs, and make sure nothing is missing. We want to push her as far as she can go, but at the same time maintain a variety of different routines so as to hit all the areas of the abs, the lower, the midsection, and also the upper abs. In addition, we definitely do not want to miss the oblique. So here we have student number 30. She's continuing her push on the abs workout. After this, we'll be going to some lower leg workout. We'll begin by warming up the lower body with some treadmill before we begin pounding it. We'll start out with some treadmill walk while doing some alternating curls as well, so as not to neglect the biceps. What we're doing here with student number 30 is that we're on the treadmill. We're lightly walking. In addition to that, we have a 5-pound dumbbell working the bicep as well. So what happened is here we're burning calories walking while at the same time she's doing curls from one arm to the next, intensifying the walk. So we're burning, we're toning, increasing the exercise. So unlike just a normal treadmill walk, we're double the burning calories at this pace, which we're going right now. As you can see, she's taking turns from the arm, one to the next, lifting the 5-pound weight as she strolls along on the treadmill. Light walk, but working the biceps as well, getting the most she can out of her workout. If time is an issue when you're training, then sometimes supersetting or combining sets is the best way to go. This way you get the most you can out of the workout. We're shooting for about 10 repetitions in each arm. Of course, for sets could be multiple. You could also be doing about 15 repetitions. After the treadmill, we'll turn our attention to the stair climber, increasing the intensity of our workout gradually. We're here with student number 30, warming up her legs on the stair climber before we get to the squat. We like to warm up the legs a little bit before we get into the squat machine, so as to be able to work on the rear end the thighs, and the legs. So this way, Stair Climber is a bit softer. Get the muscles ready and prepared before we start doing the squats. We'll be here for about 20 minutes. Afterwards, we'll shoot right into the squats and get some real leg work done, and also to firm up the behind as well. Keep going. Keep going. Now it's time to turn our attention to some squats, focusing on the entire lower body, that is the quads, the hips, and the behind as well. Now we're taking student number 30 to a squat machine that's easier on the back than most. The goal here, the things to remember in doing squats is that when you're exerting, you want to breathe out as you're exerting, so as to prevent hernia. As you watch, you'll be doing her squats going down and up. I like to do squats going fully down, of course, until you get to that level where you can lift the weight. It may be best to go to a minimal, or where you can go, which is what we're seeing. With no weights on the rack, it's a bit too heavy for student number 30, so she goes to as much as she can go until she builds up the muscle in her legs. As she goes down and about to exert herself to come back up, she breathes out so as to prevent herself from getting any type of strain or hernia when exercising. The goal here is to strengthen her legs and around her hip area, and to get herself in shape, firm muscle, and also slightly work in the buttocks area. We'll be focusing more on the buttocks area as we go to some other machines. Can you feel it? At this point, we're going to take a break, wait about a minute or two, and then do another set. It's at this time that we turn our attention to a few isolated lower body workouts. We'll start out by doing leg extension, to focus more on the quads. We're here on the leg extension machine with student number 30, focusing still on the legs. Want to make sure her quads are where they need to be, nice and firm, just as we work on the back of the leg and her behind. We want to also work on the front of her leg, just to make sure that the leg is fully toned. Our goal here is pretty much the same, 8 to 12 repetitions for about a set of 3 or 4. Once again, our primary drive is toning for student number 30, not so much weight loss. We want to tone the lower part of the body as well as the upper part, and tone the abs as well. To this end right now, we're really focusing on the legs. Starting out low, very low weight, and gradually, as the legs build up strength, we'll be increasing the weight. We're trying to keep our workout routine slow at a good pace so as to get the most benefit for the muscle. We're trying not to rush things. You definitely don't want to rush through or go too fast so as to not get the full benefit. One of the problems in going too fast is that you fool yourself into thinking you can lift too much, but it's partly due to the momentum, not so much the muscle. Going slower, you get more benefit, but you have to prove to yourself that you can actually lift the weight because of how slow it's being lifted. This way, we make sure that student number 30, her muscle grows along nice and slowly, or that is toned along nice and slowly, but according to the way she's lifting. Now we'd like to turn our attention to leg curls, which focuses on the hamstrings. Generally, the location where celery tends to retire. Leg curls and drinking lots of water is the best way to fight cellulite for women. Leg curls are great for working the back of the leg. The one thing you don't need as a woman is to have slabs in the back of your leg. You also want it to be firm. It also works the behind as well, firming up the muscle in the behind, so as to lift the behind as you walk, so to fit nicely in your dress, pants, or whatever you may be wearing. Our goal here with student number 30 is to do just that, to slightly lift the behind, not necessarily to lose weight, but to tone and firm up, which is one of the reasons why we're doing the leg curls, so to tone up the back of the leg as well as the muscle in the behind. This exercise we'll be doing for about 8 to 15 or 8 to 12 repetitions. 3 to 4 sets is our goal. We'll be focusing more on this exercise along with the other lower body exercise, because our primary goal is to lift the butt, tone the legs, and get ourselves fit in the lower body area. How are we doing? Good. So far so good. We're starting out light, trying to keep our repetitions nice and slow, not too fast. Speed is the enemy sometimes when working out. Going too fast sometimes you don't get the benefit of working out, and the muscle does not get hit the way you'd like. So you want to keep it nice and slow, maybe not too slow, but slow enough so that the muscle get the full workout necessary so you can see results. Shoot for a good number. Because our goal is somewhat aerobic, we'll be shooting for a higher repetition. If our goal is to build muscle, then we'll shoot for lower repetition, something like about 8 to 12. But we're going to be shooting for a little bit higher, about 8 to 15, because part of our goal is aerobic, simply toning. Feel it? Good. Lifting the tush has never been easier with the butt blaster machine. I believe it's even better for lifting the behind than squats. Of course, this is a subject for debate. Nevertheless, now we turn our attention to the butt blaster for a few sets. This machine has been dubbed many names, one of which is the butt blaster. It's designed to work the butt primarily. Very easy and simple to use. Remember, our goal for student number 31 is to get herself in shape, to tone, and also to lift the butt. This is one of the primary exercises that we're going to be using to help her lift the butt and get her where she needs to be. We'll be spending a lot of time here, probably about 3 to 4 sets, shooting for about 12 to 15 repetitions a set. We're trying to build on that. Right now we're starting light, not much weight, so that way her muscle can gradually work and get up to speed. Like this, how are you doing so far? Not a problem, she's getting the hang of it. So like I said, we're going to be shooting for about 8, anywhere from about 8 to about 12, or even to 15 repetitions, trying for about 3 to 4 sets. Really trying to focus on the glutes to work to firm up the muscle in the behind and lift it just a little bit. Now we spend the bulk of our time working the lower body for student number 30. We'd like to turn our attention to some tricep workout at this time, so as not to neglect the tricep. Sleeveless dresses is a nightmare for women with flabby triceps. The last thing you need. We're going light, that is to start it, to work on the triceps. The thing to remember here, even if you begin to go heavy after she begins to build strength, for women, you don't have to worry about her bulking up unless she takes something. So that's not an issue. So we can go heavy as long as she can handle it. But of course our goal here is to go light, to gradually get her to slowly build up to reach where she needs to be. We're still shooting for about 8 to 12 or even 8 to 15 repetitions at about 3 to 4 sets to tone her and get her into shape. Training day 1 is completed for student number 30. She's satisfied, energized, and completely exhausted. I'm Kelly, and you're watching the Kelly's Exercise and Fitness Show.